Happy to be here. Getting our panelists on. Can we get Manoj from Velocity to come on stage with me? Let's just your comfort. Can I get Jay and Shekar to join us? All of your gaming guys, I think you know these gentlemen, but I'm going to still ask maybe a one minute about you. What's your let's keep the focus of the topic, as we know there's uncovering revenue streams in esports, and our conversation will be on revenues only. Questions should be focused on revenue. Yeah, that's the idea. For the new players, for the old players, let's see the revenue stream, what's happening in their minds, what they are doing, and what you guys can add on to. Give like little 1 minute background, so more focus can be like that. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi guys, good morning. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm Manoj, aka Sentinel. Started Velocity Gaming back in 2020. We are a premier esports org focused on Valorant, BGMI, and content creation.
Okay, Shekar, you.
Hi, my name is Shekar. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Skyesports.
Speak loudly, I think.
You can hear me now?
You're not audible.
Hi, my name is Shekar. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Skyesports. I was a gamer before, about 20 years back, and from there I moved to entrepreneurship in gaming and esports. I handle marketing and operations.
Hi everyone, my name is Jay. I'm the co-founder of Orangutan Gaming. Orangutan is an esports team. We have rosters in BGMI and Valorant currently. We also used to have a roster in Free Fire. And yeah, main focus is purely esports.
Thanks guys. Revenue takes a lot of efforts, guys. Give a clap for getting on the panel on this one. Thanks IGDC to get us on. Manoj, we start with you. You were talking about how still the revenue 80% is in the PC ecosystem, and how all of you been in that space, and how challenging is that, and how you see revenue coming in, what's happening globally, and maybe add on to that, what's happening, what are you doing in this market? Okay, with some experiences of yours, I think let's get it started.
Yeah, so back in 2020 when we started the organization, we primarily completely focused on PC esports only. Like we didn't want to focus on anything related to mobile, primarily because it was a tough market. It was already dominated by many big players, and we found that PC gaming lacked some sort of organized player over there. So that's what led me into PC gaming. I myself was a PC gamer as well before. So my heart and soul both were there in PC, so we started that. 2020, as you all know, big time with pandemic and all, we had very good numbers in terms of YouTube space over there. But the tough part in terms of monetizing it is most of the audience that are there in India are mobile centric, and when we are trying to cater a PC game to a mobile centric audience, it was not as effective as what a game like BGMI or a Free Fire or a COD mobile would do. So that created the first challenge for us as to how do we build up the numbers. Like when 1 million people are watching, building up numbers close to 100K is not a big task. But when you only have 200,000 people watching, how do you get that 100K figure? So that led to us reinventing the entire PC space, where I myself made a public figure where I started content creation myself, trying to explain the whole world of esports in a very transparent manner to all my audience, and that's how all of you know me. And I've also made the players available to all the audience that are there, trying to explain what goes inside a mind of an esports player, like how do you train yourself to play at the highest level. We in our team had the first Radiant player from India right away. So I made sure that he communicate his day-to-day activities and tell to the public that how do you do it. So all these videos that we have made is what we made as a collection and went to different brands. Globally you have endemic and non-endemic brands available. But when it comes to India, the kind of brands that are willing to invest in this kind of a product are very limited. Even if there are 10-15 organizations like us, we are still trying to approach the same people. So then what happens is, if the same guy is having 100 rupees and there are 4 companies, he'll divide it equally rather than, one team or one guy who is doing really good getting the major share out of it. So, that was the first challenge. Like, even though we are doing all this, we've all been given the same kind of a pie. And that was the first challenge that we had. The other thing was, yes, we were winning tournaments, we were getting revenue out of it, but most of the revenue goes to the players. Contrary to what you guys believe, we've almost won all the tournaments that we played in 2020. We've made a huge chunk of money from Skyesports and other organizations as well. But most of it goes to the players. So that's how you keep your players motivated. So that revenue stream is not a technical revenue stream for us as an organization. Plus on top of that, you also pay taxes to the government, right? So these challenges, being a first time guy coming into esports, it hits you like a brick wall. You can't understand what's going on. You just keep burning cash day in and day out. So it took us a while to figure this out.
Got it. No, but what is the, can you share where your revenue percentage is sitting? How it is coming, where it is coming from?
So moving into 2021, we've partnered with many of the brands that are available in India. One was AMD, we had Fan Clash, we had Red Bull, we had Cosmic Byte, who was a peripheral manufacturer, and we had 656, who was a jersey manufacturer. So these brands partnered with VLT, and I would say 80% of the revenue that we made in entire 2020 was coming from them. The 20% was the prize pool that we were actually making.
80% was coming from sponsorship.
80% was coming completely from sponsorships.
And what will grow now, like going forward? Do you think the growth is sitting from prize money or
No,
more?
I still feel it is from sponsorships.
It's
Prize
sponsorship.
pools are very high, but as I said, you pay 30% to the government, 80% or 60% or 70% to the players, and balance comes to you, which is very nominal.
Got it. Thanks. Jay, coming to you, Shekar, I'll come to you later. Why globally India is thriving, and what is what is lacking in India from a gaming point of view, and what is globally why it's doing better as a gaming category industry?
So I'll just add a couple of points to what Manoj mentioned. I think one thing which he correctly mentioned is a lot of people think that yes, you win a 1 crore, 2 crore prize pool and you'll turn profitable. But one thing that everyone needs to know is prize money for teams like us is just like a bonus. It is not a part of our revenue projections on a yearly basis, because there's no guarantee that VLT or Orangutan is going to win that tournament. Yes, you try and build the best team, but there are days when you have a bad day and you will not be guaranteed to win a tournament or even qualify for one. Secondly, sponsorships are the ones which are currently contributing to 60 to 70% of our revenue. There was a time in 2021 where a lot of us made money through streaming platforms like Loco and Router, who paid us quite a bit. But that was also very short-lived because it was not a sustainable way how we were growing. Comparing the global industry, I think India is at a very nascent stage. I think we count the years only post-COVID when how big India in esports has gotten. But globally, I think it's been more than a decade since a lot of esports titles have been doing extremely well. They are almost at par with a lot of other traditional sports. And one of the biggest things that is missing in India is, so if you compare IPL, Premier League, if you compare any of your popular traditional sports, how are they making money? They are all making money through broadcast revenue. And broadcast revenue is all shared by, along with the organizers, it's shared with all the teams as well. So I think that is one revenue stream which is going to be, in the future, going to be more than 50% of, like, it will surpass sponsorships overall. And I think that is one big thing which is missing. And the reason it's missing is because we are yet at a growing stage in terms of viewership. I think Skyesports and other tournament organizers are trying a lot to make sure that this whole ecosystem becomes a lot more sustainable. But only when they make money is when they are going to be able to share money with us. So I think that, and how do they make money? It's when you have like, say, a BGMI tournament today crossing 500,000 concurrent viewership, 2-3 million overall. I think that those are great numbers. A lot of the traditional sports, maybe pro kabaddi and all, are also not hitting these numbers. So if those IPs can, get sponsorships and can sell right to broadcasters, I don't think it's just more about the awareness and support from different stakeholders that is required. And
So, but if you point out which are the main contributors of revenue in esports in India, so and put a little how we can grow that, like.
Sure. So I think biggest is sponsorships. Brands, you see different brands on our jersey. We've got Puma, we've got TVS, we've got a lot of these non-endemic brands that are partnered with us.
Spend a little more time on prize money, how we can grow that piece.
See, prize money is again a contribution from the sponsorships that the tournament organizers raise. Say today, Skyesports is organizing a tournament. They've managed to raise $1 million from the sponsors. Then out of that, a chunk of money is going to be, contributed to the prize money. So at the end, it all, see, we are a medium of advertising. Sponsorship is nothing but marketing different brands, advertising for.
I understood. I'll go to Shekar. Shekar, the same, taking it from here, why are sponsors? So, from a what are the aspects to bring in sponsorship for tournament IPs? I think.
So just want to add one thing what Jay said, to add to more prize pool and all that, there's a good model that's already there with the T1 International, right? So Dota has, as a game, has in-game purchase items where we as common players can buy that, and a chunk of that goes into the actual prize pool, which is not there.
Did the
VCT
same
has
thing.
the same thing, yeah.
They've launched specific skins for all the franchise teams, and all the sale, they are, I don't know the percentage exactly, but a contribution of that sale is going. I saw someone wearing a Paper X jersey. I'm sure that person would have a Paper X bundle also, and Paper X is making money through the in-game sale that's happening.
Okay, Shekar, coming to you. Yeah, sponsorship. So, why are sponsors, and what are the, from your point of view, what are the aspects to bring sponsorship for tournament IPs?
See, as a tournament organizer, the sponsorship is completely.
Keep the mic a little close. I think you're not audible.
Yeah, so as a tournament organizer, the sponsorship is completely based on the IPs that we create for them and the IPs that we create for ourselves, right? So most of the times, if as a tournament organizer we create an IP, they want to come in because of the viewership that they get, like what Manoj said. It is more about the number of players and good teams that play, because brands want to attract those type of audience within their space. That is one part of it. The second one is, as a tournament organizer, if we are creating our own IPs, it is an IP building business. It's not just one event or two events. It is for 10 years, like how Jay said. It's like an IPL. You don't do it just for 1 year. You want to do it for a long sustainability. So that is one aspect that they want to do. And the second is, obviously, they want to attract the gamers, and they are a gaming brand. Let's say if it's an AMD, they want to promote their brands to the gamers. So what else? What other options do they have apart from an esports team or an esports tournament? So these are the two main aspects.
I think one thing I want to add over here is the reason why these brands are partnering with esports teams or tournaments or basically in this industry is because of the target group, the TG that we are catering to, which is between the age group of 16 and 25 majorly. A lot of brands today want to target this particular age group, the Gen Zs, Gen Alphas to come, and you know how in the whole digital world, if you're the traditional mode of marketing is not probably the best way.
But give me those magic words. What will it take to attract this TG from the gaming point of view, 16 to 25? Like, what all our brands want to hear?
You have to be in those relevant platforms where this TG is consuming content. So Instagram, YouTube. Today, if you see, most of our time, if we are on our phones, is spent on either of these platforms. At least from a gaming community, more on YouTube than on.
No, so staying on to the question, how you will, I'm just saying we all struggle when a sponsor says again, as a sponsor, I'm struggling, and everybody's giving me the same story. How your story is better? I'm saying, give us some triggers that our story is better.
I think, see, one of the things is the people who are like either content creators or esports players. Today, the people who are following these athletes are, it's like following a Virat Kohli. So today, there are brands who want to partner with Virat because he doesn't just have a fan following for, you know, just his just for playing, but outside the game also, the personality and the lifestyle that he has, that in gaming is a lot more shared with the, it's much closer and much more connected with the communities. So today you'll see you know, Anna's creators streaming almost every day, and they know exactly the life of what they are living. Today this audience wants to, because they are connected with them so much, they you know, almost every day tune in religiously. The brands that they are using automatically. So I think the way of marketing, it's not just, oh, हम लोग ने एक reel और एक story डाल दी and that's over, but it's more a part of their lifestyle overall. And I think that's what is working for brands, and that's why they continue to show their support.
Got it. Coming to Manoj, the creator ecosystem, like in this space also, how that is building up revenue, like how that can grow.
Yeah, so creators for us as Velocity Gaming has been one of the major revenue sources in the last couple of years. So being a PC centric organization, we've always focused on acquiring most of the PC creators, not just the established ones, but also ones who are actually growing in that space. So what we are giving them as a brand.
How big that space now is? How many
it's
creators?
Still, I would not say it's still big, it's still growing, because you just have to compare how many people have a mobile phone which can play a game versus how many people have a PC that can actually run a game that we are playing.
Got it.
So it's also a social...
But if I start an influencer marketing company only with gaming creators, does it has a space?
100%, I think that is a space which is thriving and making money.
Or
So
for all of you?
One of our counterparts, Thug, he has a company called 8-Bit, which is just focused on managing different creators. And then he has Soul, which is his team. And I think the major money is made through the creators. And
Got it.
We are managed by them as well, so they provide us the brand, they do the brand marketing for us as well.
Got it. And what is the highest, who's the number one in this category, as a creator in India, gaming creator?
Look, you can't just say that one guy is very big over there, because again, it will lead to, you know, the fan.
No, but I'm saying
as
as a reach, I'm saying. More question is for a reach reason, not the...
No, there are players who are really good, but they are not into PC games. So if I want to give an example, we had Scout. Scout was a thoroughbred PC gamer.
Right.
But he was very successful in mobile and people know him for mobile. But he plays PC games better than what he does on mobile.
Got it.
So,
but is there an opportunity if we grow Scout as one of the largest ones, how we see worldwide?
he's already very big worldwide.
He's already very big.
His name has been taken on KBC, things like that. So he's pretty
nice.
big.
Okay. Just to add to what Jay said, the creator economy is much bigger than the esports sponsorship and all of it, right? Like, you play esports, you play as a tournament, that is your gaming side of it. Now your lifestyle comes to the lifestyle and then advertising part of it. Scout is one of the biggest advertisers for, not just for the brands, but for esports as a whole across the world. Same with SATUL and Soul. They also performed really well, and then outside they won much bigger award. The esports award was won by SATUL guys. So
Understood.
that is the kind of revenue that is going to come into India from not just from India but from across the world.
No, I didn't understand this space. We run one of our festivals. It's called Social Nation, and it's one of the largest festival in the space, and we bring in a lot of gamers in that. So
I think one of the biggest validation was Mr. Modi meeting all these top gamers. So if you want to know who the top gamers are, they will
see there. Okay, so last question from my side, and then we'll take some audience questions. Bringing non-endemic brands in esports, I think how that will be a great revenue opportunity. Maybe Shekar, you can start on this, and then others can come in.
Apart from your traditional gaming marketing brands, like let's say AMD or Asus or Gigabyte, whatever, So we are still, as tournament organizers and like esports teams, they are also trying their best to bring in non-endemic brands, let's say like a Puma or a Nike. These are all lifestyle brands, and there are, apart from this, they have food brands like Swiggy or Zomato, and then you have tech brands that still sees esports as a very nascent stage. But these are the guys that will have to come in to build this community. And the only way that they can do is first is content creators and then the esports side, because that is where the audience is, that is where your TG is.
More examples from India in this? Anybody?
Just take a simple example of IPL, right? The same team sponsors everyone. So now let's say a non-endemic or a non-endemic brands come in, something like Reliance, I would say, just as an example, or India Cements for an example. It is chump change for us, the kind of sponsorships what we are getting versus what they can actually provide.
You're saying nothing much has been done in India on this?
Not much.
Not much. I was reading something, I saw that FaZe Clan launching an energy drink with Ghost. Okay, so some of the stuff like Energy, Esports partnering with Panda Express. Yeah, so and this is not happening in our space.
No, it is not happening. It's not happening, which is what we want it to happen. Like there are a lot of brands who can actually do it and who can actually do it better by actually partnering with esports teams, because that is the right target audience for them. I'm not giving an example of India Cements or Reliance, but there are brands like IGO is there.
Correct.
From Reliance for the fashion market. So this is the right audience for them who can actually do it. They can do it with us.
What I see as what's missing is, one, brands are not educated enough about the whole market. The day they realize the potential, and it's not just showing them numbers. Once you explain to them how this whole industry works, how you try to explain our fans' behavior, with all the different data points that we get. Once they understand, I don't think they shy away from it, because I feel it's cheaper for the brands to invest in esports and get the ROI or the returns than investing in an IPL. So for example, today, for a 3-month tournament, you're spending 2 crore where you're not even on the jersey of any of the brands and you're not doing any deliverables. Wherein in that much amount today, you can, or even lesser, you can be a title sponsor of any of the brands. You can take the naming rights.
I understood. I got that. Merchandising, is there a merchandising story in India? How good, bad, any great example?
So we are partnered with Puma, and I think India as a whole is not a big, not a big market in terms of merchandising, because very price sensitive. Like if you compare it to Europe or America or anything, today a Manchester United jersey is sold for 70-80 pounds. Today Puma being a brand, our merchandise is expensive. We are not able to sell it at a 1,000 or a 999 price because of the brand value that we are associated with. So I think because of the price sensitive market, it's quite difficult.
Again, for merch, it's like what wins on Sunday sells on Monday. So as long as you win, people buy.
Okay, we'll take few questions from audience. Yeah, come in. Yeah, please, can we share the mic, please? Say your name, say your company name, and maybe you can put your question, and you can direct to somebody you're directing the question to.
Good morning.
Loudly.
Good morning. My name is Shiv Markandel Yangi. I am a normal gamer. I just want to open my own esports org. So, question for is everyone for G generated 2 million revenue through game publisher fund in Valorant. Riot Games are backing them up. So, how can we raise funds to have more Gs in India so that PC games are most famous, like you said, 80% revenue is in PC gaming. So how can we raise funds to get more Gs and create a safe and sustainable space for esports environment? Because right now we know that in BGMI there is nothing to do with those orgs.
Yeah. See, I think Gs where they are is because of their performance. So you don't need to raise any money to be there. Riot, I'm just giving an example of Valorant. Riot has a proper roadmap to reach where GE is, and the only way you can do that is win. Now to win, you have to get the best players, for which you have to spend a little bit more than what others do. And I think that's the only roadmap to reach and get that $2 million revenue or NGs from different publishers. But overall, I mean, it is a tough business. It's a very, very long-term business, and I think till different games in India don't go into franchising at a local level also. So what you see at VCT happening, say a VCSA of some sort, like maybe 3 years, 4 years down the line, you can expect not $2 million, but say $500,000 coming in from Riot to every team who's participating in the tier 2 scene also. And that is how the things will become sustainable. Because one thing you need to understand as esports teams, we are the biggest marketing tools for the publisher and the game. Today Valorant, the amount we market Valorant, we are not getting paid for it. We are just doing it out of the love and passion for the game. So there's no reason why publishers over time will not pay you money to run, because that's how it works in other sports as well.
Any more questions, guys? Yeah, so many come in. Ajay. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Srini, and I don't know.
Right, Srini is also bringing Brian Adams with us in this city. Anybody who wants tickets, please get in touch with Srini. Yeah.
Thank you. So I run an events agency based out of Hyderabad, and also we run a few IP events. So my question will be more towards the revenue streams. That's the topic what I'm actually looking at. When you said in the last 3 years, or especially 5 years, the entire scenario of esports have actually changed. Okay, definitely, yeah. Very soon you'll see more traction and all. When you said very soon, because I also wanted to understand when the other brands out of the industry who are ready to, who can be a part of the a gaming community to sponsor such events. Obviously, every brand has their own TG versus their numbers, what they make in that city, and certain percentage of that particular marketing budget they spend. Okay, so what is the size? I don't know, because I wanted to understand what is the size of the total community in India for esports.
Yeah. So if you see the overall size of gaming, so gaming comes in multiple verticals, right? RMG gaming is there, which we don't even touch about. But if you see the esports side of it and the content creation side of it, there must be easily about 10 to 20 million people across the age from 16 to 25, like Jay said. That is one side.
In India itself?
Yes. I'm just giving a bare minimum. If you see gamers who are actually at the age of 13, that will be a lot more than what the actual esports players are. So if you take from 13 to 30, then that will be about 50 million.
Size, otherwise, what?
Simple calculation. See, there's no authentic data on the internet where you'll get this number, but how we predict or how we pitch it to brands is, today a BGMI, you see their daily active users. They are all gamers. They are all esports athletes. Like, they're playing an esport game, maybe casually or professionally. Out of that chunk, there are maybe 10-20% watching this, which contributes to that 2 or 3 million viewership. And that's just talking about one game. Similarly, for like in India, there are multiple other esports titles. So all cumulative, I think 10-20 million is a very
because what happens is when we actually go ahead and try to pitch for other sponsors, when we have to integrate their brand values or their brand vision into this area, because when we do a lot of this cloud-based conferences, it all depends on the target audience and the size of the community and proportionally. But for a 10 to 20 million, I think then it's a big number.
Like one of the biggest creator in India, Techno Gamers, he's got 40 million on YouTube. So.
But we gamify everything. I think that's where I was reading numbers and I saw India, it'll be 9.2 billion USD by 2029. Gaming numbers as a gaming industry and so on. Okay, more questions, guys. Anybody else?
I have a question.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm from Battle Chest. We also host Skyesports. We host tournaments. My question is to you, Shekar. So when it comes to like a new IP, something that you hasn't happened yet, you guys are, still brainstorming it. When you're approaching sponsors, how do you kind of excite them about an IP that doesn't have viewership yet, doesn't have any sort of like big name players playing in the tournaments? You don't really have anything to show. So how do you get them excited about a brand new IP, something that and I know is going to be big next year and the year after that? But how do you get them excited right now?
Yeah, so something which is actually a challenge for us also to do that. We are, the way how we say it is, we'll see what the publisher actually wants. is it just the tournament side of it, or is it the overall popularity side of it, building a community? What we believe is building a community first. So that's the approach that we take, saying that we use creators like Velocity Gaming and Orangutan. We use these type of players to build a community first. We attract those audience, and then we tell the publishers, this is what the game is capable of in this country, and you'll have to explore this. And to add to that, we do a couple of tournaments to address that one, and then we do a couple of meet and greets and all of it. So we build a small ecosystem and then go into a bigger stage.
I'll also take on this. We run as a company, we run around 15, 20 IPs. One is to give it a start. Don't get worried. Give it a start. There are two ways to start. One, either build a niche or build a leadership. Okay, build that niche what nobody else is in, and go mad about it. Don't worry about everything will fall in place. Yeah, I can talk to you after the session more on this. So, Amni, last question from you. Yeah, sorry about it. We'll just take one question only. She's been looking at her hand for long. Yeah.
Sorry, just quick question. I want to understand, is it the game that is being played which has more value, or the number of users watching, the audience, which holds more credibility?
I think it's a like
Watching.
It's watching definitely, but like I'll give you an example. Valorant today might have a lot of game downloads, but might not be as big as BGMI in terms of viewership. For us in the esports industry, it is the viewership that matters, because those are the numbers that brands want.
So just a quick follow-up question. If you have the audience, do you, as people who own teams, do you see the possibility of introducing new games to that audience, and they continue to be with you?
In our experience, so a lot of newer games that come, they try to partner with us to promote them, but we've not seen the best results, because it's very difficult. Someone who's playing BGMI for say 3-4 years has dedicated so much time to that game. Them moving to a game like Free Fire or Indus is quite difficult, unless the game gets banned and they have to move on to another game.
Thank you, everybody. Cloud gaming is one space. That's the future, and all of you, if you do anything there, I think you'll fall in place in a good way. Thank you, everybody.